Hey guys, we're back with Beauty Beast. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this video you will not see my face, you will just see my hands. Alright. I am making burgers today. My family loves burgers. So to start off, I'm just gonna take some oil and put it in the pan over high heat. I always do high heat because I like them to cook fast. So, pan's on high heat. And now time to make our patties. Alright, it was frozen meat, burger meat. And I defrosted it in my microwave for about 15 minutes. You don't have to defrost it that long if you don't want to. As you can see, there are some brown bits. But that's okay. So now we're going to make our patties. Now most people just use salt and pepper. My family, we like to spice it up, so I'm going to use some rosemary, just a little bit. Some garlic and pepper seasoning. Well, if I can open it. I've got some garlic and pepper seasoning. Well, it looks like that's out, so there's some little bit of garlic powder, some pepper, and some seasoning salt. And you don't have to use cheese. I'm using cheese though, because I like cheese on my burgers, but I'm going to put cheese in them. So just a little bit of cheese there. Grab some steak seasoning. Just pour a little bit on there for some liquid. Now this is probably one of my favorite parts when it comes to making burgers. You take your hands and you squish it. I love mixing up hamburger meat. And normally I would have parsley, but I didn't want to dig for the parsley, so I'm just mixing it up with some rosemary and some cheese and some garlic and some pepper. And sometimes I would put onions, but today I decided not to. So yeah, you just mix it up, and this should be enough for about maybe 4 patties. Depending on how big you like your burger. My family doesn't like our burgers that big. That's my brother you hear. Alright, so you're just gonna shape them into a nice meat patty. Cold, quiet, making video. You're just gonna shape the burger and do a patty about like that.
Do I get to eat what you're making after you're through?
Yes.
Ooh.
And then you just plop it in the pan. You want to make the burgers a little bigger than you want them when you're pattying them up, because they will shrink as they cook. And the pan I've got over there can fit maybe 2 more burgers. I'm going to make this recipe go to about maybe 5 burgers. Those are a little bit on the bigger side. So I'm just going to, you just want to kind of move them around the pan. Alright. It doesn't seem like there's enough room for another one, but we're going to make room. And the smoke's coming up onto the phone and the camera, it's fine. The burgers need to cook until they're nice brown. My family likes ours dark, so we're going to go until they're nice dark-ish. Alright, let me move that and bring the pan closer to y'all. Move it. As you can see, sometimes the burgers do separate a little bit while they're cooking. My family likes to say that if it falls apart, that's how you know it's good. So you just let those cook. And while those are cooking, I am gonna just be tidying up my station. I clean as I go, or at least I try to, so my dad doesn't fuss at me for ruining the kitchen and making it a mess. And if you should check your burgers. And that was the vanilla. No, we will not be using vanilla in this recipe. The vanilla just thought, hey, I'm going to go on an adventure. So it decided to go on an adventure. But the burgers are sizzling away. And I'm going to always check the first one you put in the pan, just to see if it's getting all right. The first one I put in the pan, I'm going to leave it for a couple more seconds. And if you see the grease or oil, whatever you want to call it, drift to one side, just tilt your pan and it should drift to the other side. It ain't hard to figure out. And the way you want it is you want to put the burgers sort of close together. That way grease doesn't pop on you. So while the burgers are cooking, I'm going to slice this here tomato. Because I like tomatoes with my burgers. I've got a chef's knife, my mini cutting board right here, and I'm just going to rinse off my tomato a little bit. And I just shake it. And I just cut the root off, well, the ends. Alright, I'm going to check my burger. Little burgers. And while my brother was in here, he asked if he gets to eat the burger when I get through making them. And I'm like, yes. See, grease just popped on me. That'll happen sometimes, so you want to be careful. Alright, now you take your sharp knife, and I want tomato slices, because you're not cutting them up for a salad, you're cutting tomato for a burger. So I want slices of tomato. And this is a tomato from a vine that you can buy at Aldi. There's about 5 or 6 of them on there. And I got about 5 slices of tomato. As you can see, the grease, and here, the grease is bubbling and popping. And if you want, you can see the burgers are shrinking. And if you want, you can just push the burgers closer into each other. You still tilt your grease. And whenever you get ready to flip, just pull the one you're flipping away from the others. I think this one's ready to flip. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it and smash it down just a little bit. You don't need to overly smash it. And this burger takes about maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Perfect for, say, a school night. And my family loves burgers. And with the cheese that we put in here, it will get melty. And you'll have just those little cheese pockets. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of grease in this pan. But I don't want that much grease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bowl. My family normally grabs the bowl from the sink that's dirty. And pour some, not all, but some of that grease out. Now, if you're making more burgers than just one pan, ooh, It is okay if it hits the eye and gets smoky, as long as you know how to clean it. I'm gonna turn on the fan, just a low fan, so the room doesn't build up with smoke. But you just pour some of the grease out. Sorry. But yeah, you just pour some of the grease out, and look at that. That one got a little bit burnt, but that's the way my family likes them. We like our burgers we like our burgers done. It is a delicious time for a burger. I'm gonna let those cook a little longer. I'm just gonna set that aside and let those keep cooking. While I start cutting some onion. And as soon as the smoke dies down, you can turn off the fan. I got this big beautiful onion right here. And I'm just going to cut off the end. Both ends. And then peel the onion skin. And then I take however big you want your slices. I want my slices sort of small, so I'm just gonna do it from the smaller end and just cut however many slices you want. I'm only gonna do maybe 2. And then I'll grab a Tupperware bowl and put this up. And my family can use it for salad or whatever we want. So I've got a Tupperware bowl here, and you may want to slice it down the middle, which is what I'm going to do. And you may have to slice one of the halves in half, which is what I had to do too. And that is perfectly fine. Alright. I'm going to check on our burgers. See how they're looking. Alright, they did get some coloration on the bottom. They're looking good. Now the grease buildup is not to my liking. I know y'all can't see this, but I'm just going to pour some of the grease, more of the grease, out into the bowl and put the burgers back on the eye. And this burger isn't even that costly. With all the ingredients I put in it and everything, probably maybe a $10 burger. Unless you're like my family and you find stuff on sale. Now I'm going to make a little sauce that I like. It'll turn this nice, gorgeous orange color. Set that aside. Time to get our burgers. So, we got our burgers. I'm just gonna pour the excess grease. Rinse the pan. Look at that. Look at those. They look delicious. Now it is time to assemble the burgers. Now it doesn't take long to assemble. You can add extra cheese if you want. I'm not going to. Just going to grab a paper plate. Put some of this sauce that I made on there. And the amount of the sauce that I had, depending on how much sauce you like on your burgers, should be enough for about 2 to 3 burgers. Because I like a good bit of sauce on my burger. Now, which patty should I use? I think I'm going to use this one. I like the way that one looks. I'm going to grab some onion. Put that onion right there. Before I put the onion down, I'm just going to make sure that that sauce is on both sides of the burger. Since I'm placing the tomato and onion on top. So we got our onion, and I want sort of a small slices of tomato. So I'm going to grab the 2 small slices. And I'm going to put a little salt and some pepper on the tomato. And a little bit more of that sauce. Best way to do it is put it on one tomato, then slide that tomato, flip it over on the other, and there you have it. I like sauce to be running out of my burger. And there you have it. A delicious burger that only takes about 30 minutes. Alright guys, that's all for today. Be sure to like and subscribe and go watch another one of my videos. Love y'all. Bye.